Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first Twitch stream of Postman, where we'll be talking about COVID-19, what Postman has released recently about it, and we try to create a collection with a visualizer. And when I say we'll, it's mostly Joyce. He's gonna be doing this, and I'll just be helping or like learning from her. Which leads me to introducing us. So I'm Alimi, I'm a developer advocate at Postman, and I'm here with Joyce, my colleague, which will introduce herself as well.
Hi, I'm Joyce. I'm also a developer advocate at Postman. Oh shoot, you're wearing your Postman shirt.
I am.
Ah, okay, I should have done that too. Just so people are clear.
Okay, so
Oh, we should mention Arlemy. Where are you based?
I am based in London, UK, and you're
And
based in.
I'm in San Francisco.
Cool. So I'll start sharing my screen first, just to show everyone what we've announced as of today, I think actually. And that's not the one. I could have gotten this ready before. Um, Postman launches COVID-19 response. I hope my keyboard is not too loud. Amazing. So this is what you get when you live in the EU and you're protected by GDPR. You can't access certain articles, but we don't mind that. Let's go to this one. So what we did, we announced the COVID-19 API Resource Center. It's been put together by people from DevRel and marketing and some of our engineers. And it's basically a resource of collections, which you can access here from the World Health Organization and different APIs that are either scrapping websites to get some data. So I know we have one from the NHS in the UK. I don't think we've put it here yet, but it will come. Some of them are around the testing centers or where you can get tested. Um, and for example, this one is just uh, querying Twitter to get some information from the state governments. So that's what we've released. And on top of that, obviously, you have other collection. And if you're non-profit that works on solving the pandemics or helping with that, you can reach out to us and we can arrange stuff. So that's what we're going to be looking into. I think Joyce is working. I don't know if she's based on one of these collection or under the one that she found, but I'll let her explain that. And I'll switch to your screen in a sec, Joyce, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a lot of data sets. I've been looking at Reddit and the data viz, our data visualization, our data is beautiful. I forget what it's called, but there's so many cool data sets out there. And the testing ones, I didn't realize that we had listed on that COVID page you just showed, testing centers because, I mean, our numbers are so low, but that's because we're not testing. So let's see what we can build today. Do you want me to go ahead and start, Arlene?
I'm hearing from our chat that there's echo. Can you make sure that you've muted the stream on your phone?
Me?
Yeah.
I have, but I wonder if I should. I think I have it open on a different desktop. Can you move away from my desktop for a sec?
We'll be back.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now I can hear
Yeah.
you.
As I was saying, let's try again and see if we can answer the good questions in the chat. Is there still echo on your side? Let's see. Still. Oh, no echo right now, but then I have Kevin's telling me the same echo. So I'm echoing.
You're not echoing for me,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
Okay, let's have Joy's going through her collection, and in the meantime, I'll see if I can change stuff on my side. Sounds good?
I'm going to need your help, Arlamy.
Yeah, I'll hopefully fix it fast enough.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Let's do that.
And I suppose if anybody online wants to give me some help with some JavaScript, that would be welcome too, but I just can't see the chat screen. So, is it on my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So COVID, lots of stuff. There's that web page that Arlamy was talking about that has a bunch of collections. So I took a look at a couple of them. I don't think we actually have all of them in our API network right now, but hopefully you see Postman's screen right now. Well, I have an empty workspace. I just created this one just for today, and I have 0 collections. So let's go ahead and see what we can bring in. If I go to the top and click on the new button, I'm going to tab over to templates, and I'm just going to type in COVID. So hot right now. And we see that there's a couple, I'm zoomed in really heavily now, so we only see like a few of them. There's a bunch of different data sets, and I can see the number of imports next to them. Hopefully I remember which one this is, but I think it's COVID API, all caps API. So this one is, it's a popular data set that's been going around from Johns Hopkins University. It's in CSV form, but actually I think somebody from the community took that data and now they're hosting it on CovidAPI.info. I think that's, let me just see if that's the one. The source code's on GitHub. Yeah, this one has a couple stars. I think this is the one. Let's just check it out, see if it's the one. I'm going to go ahead and click Run in Postman to plop it in here. And I see 10 requests. The first request is country-specific historic data. That's pretty self-explanatory. And currently, it's populating India's ISO code. So I'm just going to switch it to USA. Actually, oh no. Let's just switch it to USA because that's where I'm located, here in San Francisco. Let me scoot you over, Arlamy. Let's just hit send, see what we get. Okay. So, it looks like a JSON object with time series data. So results is an object that has these dates with number of confirmed deaths and recovered. It's not too bad. When was this? January 22nd. I scroll all the way down. Is today the 25th?
26th today.
26th. Okay, so it looks like it's, a day lag, but holy cow. That's the number of confirmed cases just over time. Sorry if I'm scrolling a little too fast. And that last one recovered, I assume that's cumulative, and that must be an error with that last figure here on recovered from the 25th. Oh shoot, it's my sister's birthday. I need to wish her a happy birthday. Please remind me. Okay, so this is really pretty. I think we're under the pretty. This is the pretty JSON, and it's syntax highlighted. We can see, read this object. Here's the raw view, okay? We just want to see none of the pretty stuff, but just the raw stuff that's sent back from the server. And then there's the Visualize tab, which currently says nothing, right? So it says turn raw response data into beautiful graphics by adding visualizers to your test scripts. Okay, guys, let's build some sort of visualization. So I tried doing this a little bit earlier with some mapping libraries, but I'm no front-end developer. So if I go over here to, I think I looked up Chart.js, the OG of charting libraries. So if you're not familiar with Chart.js, they have a lot of just very rudimentary but easy plug-and-play type options for data visualization. Like these types of charts here on the left, line chart, bar, radar, donut, and pie. Pie. So let's just go ahead and get started. So Postman told us that we need to add something to the tests tab. So I tell this to people all the time, but pre-request scripts and test tabs are places where you can write JavaScript to either execute before. So say we needed to like find our ISO code, we could theoretically do that here and then populate it dynamically. And then the test tab, well, we've already sent our request, so we can write tests and make assertions about this JSON object that the server sent, or we can write other vanilla JavaScript stuff. So let's go ahead and visualize this. Let's see. Let me pull up the Postman docs. So I'm going to open a new tab, go to learning.postman.com. Let me move Arlamy. Arlamy, can you see your face moving around?
No, I think it's an overlay. It doesn't show because it's through Skype.
Okay, so I'm just like moving my cursor around for like no reason. Okay, so on the Learning Center, I'm going to click Docs, and I'm going to type in visualize API responses. So this is the American spelling of visualize. Sorry, Arlamy. And I can start seeing, here's how I add the visualizer code. I'm rendering HTML inside Postman. If you haven't done that before, it's a little weird. Arlamy, you've made visualizations, right?
I've tried.
Yeah, front-end development's hard. Okay, so it looks like if I have some sort of data formatted in a certain way, I can use handlebars library to then plop out that data. Okay, and it uses this function. Whoops, this function. I'm like clomping around like a horse on asphalt here. pm.visualizer.set. First parameter is template. That's that stringified template. And then the second one is the data that can get parsed. So I'll go ahead and copy this in. Back into Postman. Okay, so we don't have a template yet. Let's go ahead and initialize something called template. Do people use semicolons anymore?
I don't.
Am I just like,
because
you don't?
No, I think it's cool to not put them.
It's cool, but you seem like really newfangled, but like it just doesn't look right without a semicolon. It's like an Oxford comma.
Oh, look, Sue is using them. I don't know.
Is using
Semicolons.
semis. It's just proper. All right, so we have the template in the top and then the response on the bottom. So let's go back over to the Chart.js getting started docs. Okay. So I can jam anything I want to into that variable template, and Postman will just stringify that HTML, CSS, JavaScript, like whatever. It just jams it into template and then stuffs it into pm.visualizer.set. So first things first, Chart.js is telling me that I need this HTML element on my page. So I'm going to go ahead and stuff it in here. And it's not going to be like, I'm going to click back over here. It's not going to be like syntax highlighted because, again, Postman's going to stringify that. So it's not super pretty, but hopefully we'll be able to accomplish what we need to do. Now Chart.js docs are telling me I need the script. I'm going to pull in Chart.js via CDN.
I think looking at the chat, we should have a whole stream just dedicated to whether we should use semicolons or not, because everyone seems very opinionated.
I have a sticker somewhere for Semicolon Appreciation Club.
Yeah, I have that one.
Let's put this at the top because I think you need to. I'm no like web expert, but I think you need to put the scripty thing at the top before you can use anything. Just the order of operations. Okay, going back over. Okay, so this is the little boilerplate snippet that Chart.js is saying that we can use to get started. If we just read it, it just gets the DOM element myChart, which the ID is this little canvas thing that we plopped in earlier. And then it instantiates a new capital C chart that takes in that DOM element and then has a bunch of data. So this is a line chart. And for our time series data, I think that would look really cool to just map it. So we probably don't need to change the type of chart. And then here's the data that Chart.js requires. The labels in an array. And then color. Do you know RGB codes off the top of your head?
Of course.
Because we're gonna. Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? I had to look up like gray the other day. So okay. And then data is an array of data. So like January would have like a value of 0, Feb 10, and so forth. And then a bunch of configuration options. So if you've ever played with, have you used Chart.js before?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of the easier ones to get started, especially if you just want like a quick and dirty. So let's go ahead and copy this.
Yeah, I feel like people always go to D3 because that's what people talk about. It's like D3 you can do everything, but it's always like aiming too high when you can do everything with simpler like libraries like Chart.js.
I love D3, but every time I think it'll take me an hour, it takes me a week.
Yeah, that's definition of D3.
If we have D3 people in the room, then we could maybe try again with it. But otherwise, we're just doing Chart.js. Good old Chart.js. Okay, so we have our little script, our Chart.js CDN script up here. We have our HTML element here. And now we're going to plop in this little bit of, what is this? JavaScript? So we probably need to put a little scripty thing here,
Yeah.
right? Let's just encircle, just put a little scripty thing there. And then we have pm.visualizer.set taking in. Right now, this will not work, right? So all we're doing is stuffing the response, which if I scroll down here, where did it go? Oh, I'm on visualize. This is what it's going to look like, and it's formatted in a certain way. And Chart.js right now is hard coding months with these values. So what do you want to do?
We're gonna add some parameters that are gonna be passed to that.
Yeah, and then how do we get that response like up here, right? Because this is like stringified.
Yeah.
Let's go to the docs. Do you know? Do you know?
I know, but I think we should have a look at the docs because I've heard they're very good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's see how good these docs are. So let me scroll to the top, and I think there was a table of contents there. So where do we think this should be? Accessing data inside the template. Yeah?
Yep.
I should have brought a box of Kleenex next to me. Every time I have my mouth open, it's just like. Okay, any script element inside your template can access the data passed in the second argument to pm.visualizer.set by calling this method, okay? So this is what I use inside the template to pass it to the very bottom code that we had pm.visualizer.set.
Yeah, so first step, you need to put it as a parameter. Second step, you get it. Right?
Say that one more time with more words.
So first step, you do need to pass your data through the set, right? I don't know if you've done that already.
Through the
Dot
template?
set. PM the dot visualizer dot set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I do that yet?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes,
Oh,
I
you did.
copied this from the docs.
Okay.
So this area, this second parameter can access that pm.getData callback function inside the template, right?
Yep.
Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay, so let's copy and paste this from the docs. So inside here, inside the template, I think we probably need to find some way to stuff it in. I don't know if stuffing in, probably like insert. Well, insert's terrible too. We need to update the labels and probably the data and probably this label too. So let's just say, should I just scooch this in?
Yeah.
And then just add this little bit here, right? Is that right?
I mean, Yeah, let's do that, and then can you actually use the console within the template? Like if you want to see what's the data that you're getting in there,
I don't believe you can,
or do you
but
have to do it outside?
I think you do it outside. We can try both. So the console that Arlemi's talking about, this little doohickey right here, down in the bottom left, this Postman console, you can just look. I already sent one network request, and here's all that information about it. But you can also log statements. Let's try them both. Let's try it both in the template and then outside the template. I believe it does not. Do you care to make things interesting, Arlemi?
Well, I feel like it's gonna work, but not in the same console. If you inspect the visualizer element, I think in that console you're gonna see the result of the console log that you have in your.
There's a console in the visualizer element.
Yeah, I think you're able to like right click on it and do inspect.
Okay, well, we don't have an element yet, but please come back to that because I don't know about that. Okay, back to work. We need pm.getData, and we need to pass this information to the template by doing something down here, right? So this is the pass the response body parsed as JSON as data.
Okay, so create a new entry here called data and pass it whatever we're getting back from the API.
So if we take a look at the bottom, it's probably this result, right? We probably want to pass this result.
Yeah.
So is it pm.response.treat it as JSON dot result? And then it's going to be,
An array.
no, it's not an array. We need to turn that into an array. Well,
Okay.
we can pass it as,
I mean, we can do some handling before passing it as a parameter. We can get this, convert it to an array, and then pass that array to the visualizer.
okay. So our labels, if I scroll to the top, it looks like our data labels, which previously was month, will probably have the timestamp or something like there for the labels. And then we can either have like number of confirmed cases, number of deaths, or recovered as this data here. So we can pass that data, and then label is like a title for the chart. We can go ahead and say like, oops, let's just go ahead and add that.
So the chat is saying you should pass JSON.parse of response body to your template.
Here.
Instead of your data, I think.
Uh-huh. Here. Instead of the key data.
No, instead of the value.
Oh, JSON.parse.
Yeah.
Why can't I just use pm.response.json?
Because he wants to. Oh, you have the same thing already. I think it's the same.
Oh, was it an old chat?
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah, I need to.
Thank you for helping. Okay, what do you want to call this thingy?
Uh, is it a
COVID confirmed?
confirmed?
Positive. Ooh. No, we should not be spreading fear. Let's just call it confirmed, and like let's just do like timestamp and total count of confirmed over time. Okay, so this is what I'm passing to pm.getData up above in the template. So this is what I have to, I have to keep in mind that this is what's going to be coming here, and that the data property is going to be a ginormous object with keys of the timestamp.
Date. Yeah.
Gross. Well, it's not terrible. We'll figure it out. Okay. Oh, I know the label will be the easiest, right? So pm.getData, what is the let's take a look at the documentation. So it's a callback. So what should I type in clearly, not just like the entire uh, JavaScript that we have.
I mean,
Just a function
yeah, a function with
like this.
yep, and then
Where
close it. Oh yeah, that's fun to do without the syntax highlighting.
is it?
Right after this one, yeah.
Here?
Yep.
There?
Yep.
Okay, so it's a function. Um,
Parameters. So you need to
I thought there were
pass.
two parameters
Yeah, you need to
in.
pass a value for sure,
Okay.
and an error that we may or may not use. Depends
Is it
how thorough
is
we
it
want to be.
value is it value.error or error.value?
Error, comma value.
Error. So two parameters or two possible arguments,
Yep.
and then value is how we can access that object that we passed from the pm.visualizer.set. So the easy one is label. Value dot, what did I call it? Value dot label, right?
Yep. See here, if we could do console log just to make sure that we have the right thing. I guess
Do you want me to try it?
you can just run it. We'll see.
Okay, where do you want me to put it? Here?
Yeah.
The value?
No,
Or
you're in the object
here?
here. Right before the line, before varchart, like create a new line.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Duh. Okay. So console log what value?
Yep. Or value dot label even. Just want to
And
see
you're
if we get something.
okay. So I'm just gonna save it like just cause, and then let me see if I already have. Yep, I already have this open, and I've only sent this request once, so I hit send again, and I look here.
So there's nothing. But now try
Nothing.
to go to the visualizer tab.
Tab.
Yeah. And right click.
Yeah.
Oh, so we get it here already. But right click on that
Oh
element.
no, this is that hard coded. I was like, what's happening here? The first wave, the second wave. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
And right click on that graph and do inspect, yeah. And here we should have another console where you actually see the label.
But we need to have it open, maybe.
No, it's fine. It's saved
Oh, this is
somehow,
our
so it is there.
label.
Yeah, it
This
is
is our
there.
label. Wow. Okay. Super cool. So now if I send it again, does it create a new instance? Like, will it update here, or is it a new instance of a chart?
That's a very good question. I'd say you should try.
Never know. Okay, I'll try it again. Arlemy, your head's in the way again. Let me put you down here.
I'm sorry.
Okay, send. Developer tools. This one?
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
no,
so
so
it
it's just a
creates.
sample.
Oh, is it that it creates a new one? Or is it that this one is out of date and you just kept it open? Because like if you look at the file name, there's like a whole bunch of numbers which make me think they're generated every time you run the
To
request.
open a new one,
Yeah, I mean we should have checked the
the number,
yeah.
but two windows are open now. Nope, one. So do you want to test it again?
No, I mean I think that's fine. We know that we can get stuff on the console this way. So that's good. We can debug within the template, which is nice.
That's
So
pretty neat.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think we can go back to the actual
Man, all right, that would have helped me. Okay, I'm going to close this console, but I'm going to leave the other console open, although it's going to keep it there. And right now we have this very alarming trend of COVID overtime, but this is the hard-coded data that was in the Chart.js um, data example. So now we need to parse value and stuff it into labels and data. But we're not actually, we didn't pass an array, right? We have an
an
object.
object, a big object.
Do you know how to turn an object into an array, Arlemy?
Well, since you ask, may I interest you?
Actually, ask if anybody knows how to do it because I Googled this the other day and it's like kind of a new method.
Yeah, let's
Is Kevin
see.
there? Kevin had good insights.
We
Well, that's
have
all right. Like if you have a way, we could just do this. But otherwise, I feel like I mean, you could code this any which way.
yeah, we can give them 5 seconds just for the time to. Okay, so you have Lodash, so you could use underscore dot to array of your object.
Should I try that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Underscore dot what?
Underscore dot to array with uh like
Camel
ah
case.
yeah
Then what? Like
of
plop
your
something in,
object. So
which is what?
of
Value dot data. What
yeah,
did we call it?
and then we
Okay,
have
so that
Kevin that
turns.
offered objects object dot entries, which is the one we were thinking about.
Oh yes.
But we can try with
Okay.
this one. Let's try with that one.
Okay, so wait, so just to be clear, this is what our data looks like. It's going to be this. So this it's going to turn this into an array, but I need to get just the first and only property
So
within that array.
yeah, Matt is saying this is using that is going to give you a lot more than just your labels.
Well, that's what I was saying. So how do I drill down into an array to get the first object? Sorry, the first item in that array.
You would have to map that array.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, let's
Just
map
reading the
it.
chat.
Okay, so this is the array that's returned, and then we're going to map it. And then each item, we want to pull just the first thing, right?
Yeah.
Just the timestamp. So what, like item 0?
So they're actually coding for us on the chat, but I don't have a way to.
Just read it.
Oh, this. I'm not reading this.
Is anybody like paying attention to what I'm doing? Can you just provide feedback and tell me if it's right or not? Right? So this is the array,
Yeah.
and then I'm mapping each thing, and I'm returning the first one. And map returns an array, right?
Yep. Can you check your Skype chat? I think I can actually send it to you like this.
Me?
Yeah.
Wait, because mine was wrong?
No, 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 no. It's just so I didn't have to spell it out.
I'm here.
I'll send again. Or it's not sending. Okay, never mind. Let's just look at what you're doing.
Let's just try it.
Yep.
Like worst case scenario, we just debug it, right? Should we try the same syntax here on data? So the data is not going to be the first item, but rather it's going to be.
The first of the first.
Hey, wait. Does toArray return a flattened array? I'm just going to type this while you guys chat.
Uh, capital A for to array.
When I first learned how to do JavaScript, I was doing online learning, and the teacher was an Australian. So every time I see the word array, I keep hearing array, array. Is that
Yeah, that's why I'm
offensive?
always scared to like spell things out because I know my accent may not help.
Oh, it's just item.confirmed, assuming it's not like a flattened array, right? Oh, did I miss a?
Yeah.
Is that correct? So this is like, I'm just gonna drag. Will this help? No. Why won't it?
No, I think that's fine. It does like automatically because you went at the end of the line, maybe.
Okay. Does that look right?
Let's see.
If I'm at home, not in front of people, I just hit send and debug like
Yeah, I
immediately.
think that's what we
So
should do.
sloppy. Okay, so I'm gonna hit send. Do you want to put a console statement in anywhere?
So if it crashes, the console will show it anyway, and you get the error. So I
Okay.
think that should be fine.
Well, the error is in. Okay. Well. Oh, did it work? Oh no. So I
Probably
clicked
not.
on visualize and it's like nothing there.
Yeah.
So
It,
should we check out the console?
yeah, can you right click? Oh yeah, yeah, let's right click
The
here.
regular console?
No, I don't think there's gonna be anything in that one.
Okay. Oh my God, it's still there even though you don't see it.
Okay.
Oh, do we need to
Oh, actually,
uh, do we need to require Lodash?
yeah, I don't know if you can use Lodash within the template.
Oh, we gotta pull in the CDN,
Yeah, you
like
need to get
Lodash.
the
Hey, wait, let's go back to object entries. You said Kevin had an idea, right?
yeah.
Well, that's so cool that we're learning all this stuff about what's, executable, how Postman executes this stringified bit. Like this console log, I didn't know that there was a separate console for that. So that's very helpful. Okay, so what was that? We're gonna go object entries.
Object.entries, capital O. Actually, it may be there. Just don't notice your cursor on top of it.
It's a capital O object dot entries, and then does that take in the array?
Yeah,
Okay, so just literally change that.
I mean it takes in the object, not the array.
The object, correct. Okay. Do I think this will work?
Do you need the? You don't need the map thing, right?
Because this is going to return
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My bad.
the same. Yeah, it's going to. So just hit send or what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hit it.
hit it.
Okay.
Ooh, nothing.
Well, we have no,
Oh,
we
got
do.
a table. We got
Yeah.
a table. Yeah.
So we did get the labels.
Okay, the end. Let me grab my let me grab my power cord really quick. I get nervous when I'm doing this hardcore processing. Okay, now what?
So we're good on the labels. Let's see what we've done differently between the labels and the data and why it's not working for the data.
Okay, so labels is correct. Data,
Data.
or yeah. Oh, I think should we use a console log just to see what we passed?
Yeah,
Okay, so like
never enough console
here,
logs.
pardon?
There's never enough console logs. They need to be everywhere.
I'm gonna plop it here. Tell me if you want it somewhere else. Console log pm.response.json results. Oh,
Yep,
my N is sticky. Wait, but that's gonna be
it's be
this.
this.
Okay. So hit send again.
Yeah, so we have Kevin saying that the item on line 22 is an array and not an object.
The item on line 22. Oh, this is like sleuthing. Say it again.
So that is an array and not an object.
Oh, data. This is an array, not an object.
Mapping item.confirmed will return undefined for each element. So try removing the object.entries there and just do directly value.data.map. Yep.
Why is it an array?
Well, we should be able to
Here.
see because you
I
just
did.
consoled it, so we can look at the console.
It's an object. It's okay. We can try this. Try it.
Yep.
Boop. Well, now it just went away. Am I on visualize? Oh, that's a very subtle effect.
So there's nothing anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing on the bottom here on the response
Okay.
viewer.
And if you right click inspect, what's the
Oh, yeah. Value.data.map is not a function. So map is not a function. It should be because it's an object. You can't map an object. need to. I need to blow my nose. All this talk of corona.
So, suggestion from the chat.
Yeah.
Revert to using object.entries here,
Yeah.
but instead of doing item.confirmed, do item of one.confirmed.
Item of
Yeah,
the
so
first.
he says one, but I would have said
Oh,
zero
of
as well.
one.
Yeah,
Wait, so let's look at the data. It's formatted like Arlamy, your head. Let me put you up here in the corner. Okay. So it's formatted like.
I mean, maybe he's more interested in the death than the confirmed, but we want to look at the confirmed.
But you can call confirmed via dot confirmed. They're saying to go to the first.
Item.
Oh, it's okay. So this is a nested object under the timestamp, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying? Okay, got it. Okay, item, the first item, the timestamp, dot confirmed. Correct? Let's just try it.
We have a graph back.
Hmm.
But we have nothing on the graph.
It's true. The best case scenario. Should I check out this thing? You taught me well. Oh, so it's still no errors are being thrown.
So there's maybe. So it says change 0 to 1. 0 is the key, 1 is the object value with the data.
Change, let's just go over that again. 0 is the key, the timestamp. 1 is the second object. So when you use object entries, it must actually create,
Yes.
flatten uh, the bit. Yeah?
Yeah.
You care to make things interesting, Arlomi? That means make a bet. I don't know if that translates. Oh,
Look at
sweet
that.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got this working. We don't have any errors. This is the time series data. So I have, what ISO code do I have in here? I have USA in here, but it looks like, so this is what exponential growth looks like, kiddies. Linear growth versus exponential growth. Um, Holy cow, that's alarming. But not to be alarmed. Now we have data and we can look up testing sites, we can look up trends, and we could probably find some way to compare USA versus like Italy or like something and just kind of like compare the slopes of things. Um, let's just do something a little less alarming and change the format. So, Arlemy, were you kidding when you said you know RGB codes off the top of your head? Let's change the something.
No, I used to be able to tell the hexadecimal ones because it's like RGB and the value goes up and down. But these
So,
ones,
yeah.
well,
Do,
so
do you
which
think it takes in a hex? I don't know.
yeah,
We'd
it
have
would
to.
take. But which one do you want? Because it's basically the same. It's a value from 0 to like 255, and on R on red, green, and blue. So if you know your primary colors and you know what you need
Arlemy,
to mix to create some colors.
you're so smart. You know about colors. We get it. Does anybody in the chat have a recommendation for a background color?
Let's see.
Something not alarming. Does anyone know color theory?
I do not. Isn't pink? Danny's saying pink. It's already pink, isn't it?
I mean, it's in the pink family. Okay, Danny, give us your hex code for the pink that you prefer. Or
he
not hex code, RGB.
he wants more pink.
More pink. Okay.
Let me see if I can get.
Uh-oh, I'm offline. I hope I don't have unstable internet. Oh, there is one thing I wanted to do before we sign off. How long is this thing supposed to go on? I feel like I've been on here forever.
We have 13 minutes left, which is
Oh, shoot. Okay, I have some things that I want to go over after we make this very pink.
okay.
Are
So
you
there's a
telling me?
there's a deep pink that you can
Yeah.
use. You should
Tell
be able
me
so you should be able to replace that just by writing deep pink
like this?
because it's CSS. Yeah.
Well, but it's Chart.js. Like they have
Oh,
labels.
right. Let me send you. So it's RGB
Wait. Yes, the first number.
255, 20,
Okay.
147. 20, not 920.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like that?
yeah, and
Background color, send.
this should be very pink.
It's ooh, it's like a fuchsia. I like that. Good work, Danny. Okay, we leave it very pink, more pink. Some things. So, oh shoot. So I should have done this earlier, but I just imported COVID API, and this is my private version. So, I made all these changes here, and I've been hitting save. I made this. See if I just hit Command S here on Mac. Once I have focus on Postman, it goes away. But what I meant to do was actually create a fork of it so I could keep track of the different versions. And I think that's really helpful. So now if I want to go through all of these and create like a newfangled visualization, shoot, well, I can go ahead and create a fork. So if I click on the little ellipses here, I can create a fork and then call it like Joyce's cool viz. Fizz. It's my cool fizz. Come on, internet. Come on, internet.
Is it internet or is it sync?
I had unstable internet earlier. Skype is a real succubus. Okay, well, let me describe to you with words what you would see. I would be able to fork the collection, and then later on, I can like go ahead and merge it to like this master copy. But that keeps it a little bit clearer. So, like Arlemy, I think you're in this workspace too.
Um,
So
I'm not
you
in.
could have like Arlemy's cool fizz.
I'm in the other one, which is
I
the.
created a team workspace. Here, I'm gonna cancel out of this. But these are my team workspaces. Did I create a personal? No, it's a team
No,
one.
it's there, but I think
But
I'm also having issues with sync, so I can't actually list
connectivity.
the workspace here.
It's the internet, Arlemy. It's the internet. Okay, so there is one cool thing I wanted to do on this because I think I want to share this. Like the person that did this and offers this as an API and documented as a collection. I think it might be two different people. That's super cool, but I want to teach people how they can potentially create their own data visualizations using very like approachable tools like Postman and like Chart.js. So right here, when I downloaded or imported this collection, IND was hard coded and I hard changed it to USA. So I would like to variabilize this so that people can come in and maybe like change all this stuff in one area and then have the changes propagate through the rest of the code, like variables, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to call it like ISO, and then if I hover on that, then it's like unresolved. Joyce has not set this variable yet. And we could either create an environment variable, a collection variable, but I'm just going to create a local variable. So remember how I was talking about pre-request scripts and test tabs? This will execute JavaScript before this, so I can theoretically just generate or set rather my ISO value and then use it in the primary. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So pm.variables. Is it set?
Yep.
And then the first one will be the name, which I've already established up here as ISO of that variable. And then I'm going to go ahead and hard code in USA. But I can add like a comment here that's like update your own ISO. I don't even know what ISO stands for, but like country. And then maybe like include this link. So now when I hover over it, it's still unresolved because variables is this type of variable, this type of local variable is only valid for a collection run or this request. So let's just see. Oh no, this thing is turning like mad, so I don't know if I have access to the. Oh, it's orange. Let's send it before it. Did it work?
I think it went.
Let me scroll to the bottom. Hold on. Yes, COVID confirmed. And in fact, I'm going to update this title really quick. So back under the tests, I'm going to pass, instead of COVID confirmed, I'm going to change this to COVID for pm.variables.get ISO. Bloop. Like that. Okay. Now, Arlemy, did you figure out what the ISO for London is?
Uh, no, but I have a list right there, and I'm gonna tell you right away. So I think it's by like it may be England or United Kingdom. Yeah, so it's GBR for Great Britain. Yeah.
GBR. So this is going to be the, let's hit send. Do you know what the numbers are like? Do you know what that slope looks like?
No, I've been. I mean, it's gonna look like all the slopes, I guess. Yeah.
Ooh, it's jaggedy. Do you have that ISO page open? Can we see
Yeah.
what like South Korea looks like?
Let's see. It's KOR.
What does North Korea have, I wonder? I mean, clearly they're not reporting anything, but I mean, like, if they.
If they did.
Oh, see,
Oof.
this is what they mean by flattening the curve, right?
Yep.
So you saw this potentially exponential, but then they started testing everyone and their mother, and now it's like bloop. Oh, sweet. That's really cool. Oh, I think I need a space. Space in there.
Does the left, the Y value change based on the size
I think
of the
it
graph?
scales.
Okay, it does scale.
So it's a Chart.js like
Okay, so it will adapt.
what's kind of interesting is sorry, I need to put a space in here. That's gonna bug me. What's kind of interesting is like Danny chose pink, but if we could do another like uh call to get like the flag colors, like here, if we did like a asynchronous like pm.send request to like API that returns flag colors. Surely there is one, right? And
Yeah.
then we could just poke it into like this thing, like the primary color, not primary, but like the main color
Yeah.
that
Or you could
that'd be
even, if you get an image, can you print that image on the graph and then it just shows.
like
But
of their
that's like,
face.
yeah. Like I'm sure you can use an SV, like you can get SVGs of flags.
Yeah, you could put the flag thingy here, or you could like get like the most famous person in that country
Yeah.
and put them there. Yeah.
That's risky. I wouldn't do that.
Hey, do you think China has their stuff? Can you pull up the ISO for China?
Yep.
This is so cool. I like seeing, I mean, this is calming.
It's
The
CHN.
Okay, so I need to go to the pre-request script and then just update this China.
Ooh.
Oh, so what happened here, China?
We have actually the same on. If you looked at the UK one, there was like a bit of a dip, and then
Jaggedy?
yeah,
When is that? That's like, well, I can hover over it, I think. February 12th. And then they're like, "Oh, put on the brakes, put on the brakes." That's some extreme. Well, I think China can like mandate work from home. So
yep.
that's pretty neat. Are there any other cool things that we can do with it? Oh, okay. So after I like, optimize this so people think that I'm like real suave with the JavaScript, um, I can go ahead and publish this. So like, I mean, this is let me take a look at who did this, right? So if I go ahead and view their collection description, I'm over in the browser now.
So Matt is saying one thing you can do is get and set your current ISO from an API. So basically, get your geolocation using your IP and automatically set your
Oh,
ISO.
yeah.
And you actually send the code for that as well, obviously.
Is it easy enough for you to read to me?
Yeah, it's just probably like the URL is gonna be a bit long.
So let me just just in the for the sake of time, I think that's a fantastic idea, Matt. So the guy that published COVID API took somebody else's data set and created this really cool collection so that I can hammer on it. And now, like if I publish this, Matt's going to be a real smarty pants. He's going to fork, he's going to download my collection, he's going to fork his own bit, and he's going to say, "Thank you so much for putting this hyperlink in the request description, but I'm going to optimize it by just taking your I'm going to do a pm.send request API that returns current uh, IP, ISO, like whatever, right? ISO thing, and then like dynamically populate it. So that's part of the cool thing. I think that's one reason why I did like Postman publishing all those collections, and I think Kin Lane created a lot of those collections where he just saw like a data set or like a data file in some cases and spun up an API. And so people can help inform other people. I didn't realize that they had testing centers, so I'm going to take a look at that one next. All right.
Cool. That's pretty cool. And that's just one of these collections, and there's plenty more. So we showed them quickly at the beginning, but there's plenty more on the COVID-19 response page that I shared. Um, I can share that again later. Is
We
there?
should take a little clip of this alarming. This is why you should stay inside.
Oh, I think you can. Let me check if I have the command to create a clip. It's not this one. Yep. Okay, I don't, but I can cut it out later.
I was reading Reddit this morning, and they were saying talking about COVID pickup lines, and they're like, "Hey, baby, you come here often? Well, get the f home. Like you shouldn't be out here."
That's pretty good. Um, okay, let's see. I'm not seeing anything on the chat, so I think we can probably close here if you're happy with that, or if there's
Yeah.
anything else you want to talk about. Let me switch back because I really want to use all my scenes, so I'm gonna switch back to the discussion
Okay.
scene.
Please do. Please do.
And now it's us two and a chat in the middle. And I think I need to change the timeout on this because the messages disappear way too fast. So I'll do
Oh
that.
yeah. I said like leave them there permanently, like
Yeah,
until the next
yeah. It's
one.
just today I learned the
Yeah.
message need to stay
Today you learned.
indefinitely. Cool.
And maybe you should get some like greenery around your like everything's on the lower half. You should get some like lush, like
You mean like stuff there?
yeah,
Yeah, we need to ask because it's a rented place, so we need to ask if we can like put stuff on the walls, etc., etc. You know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Joyce, for showing us all this. Great job.
Yeah, that was fun. I
Yeah.
learned stuff and I was prepared to tell you how to do something and I learned about the console inside the visualized element. So I'm very pleased about that.
Yeah, and I think like we had kind of planned to write something, and the code you have now is pretty different to what we were supposed to have, which
Yeah.
is also thanks to the chat. So that's very
It's a
nice.
crowdsourced code.
Yeah. Cool. On that note,
All right.
see you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.